What is up, everyone? Been asked a lot lately on I need a better 3v3 team. How do I do 3v3? I can't get past whatever. So, just going to go through a few tips and tricks for Tag Team Arena. And on top of that, just some things to consider and to think about. So, one question I get asked is, here's my roster. I need help putting a team together. That's very difficult to do. Although you might have the proper champions, if you don't understand who you're facing, you're going to lose 100% of the time. If you think you are the fastest on the group, well, and then you're not, that team is basically a wipe. If you think you have a go second team with Arbiter or Lysandra in it, well, no, you don't. That's the wrong idea behind a go second team. So what you need to understand, first of all, is what team do I have and who am I facing? By looking at a team, trying to figure out, okay, what does this champion do that I'm facing against? They're probably going to be faster than me if I'm going to face somebody with a speed lead. If you're not, there are certain cases where you might still get outsped, whether it's a Lady Kimmy or a Sifi, who are very fast-paced speeds. They don't necessarily need speed auras. You might still get outsped by them. But you need to understand who you're facing, what they do, in order for you to be successful here in Arena. On my defense team, I had one full loss and a win. I've only been faced twice. Team like this, and I do kind of change it up a little bit, but what we have is a speed lead. Sifi actually goes first, puts out the block and the increased defense. Then Arbiter goes, pushes turn meter as well, and then puts out the increased attack. And then Romantu goes and puts out the block, passive or active skills, and strips any buffs, whether they have shield or immunity. They're coming in with that sort of thing. And then Rotos comes in and will A3 first, so he'll at least get 2 nukes out before they get to go. So that's kind of how this team works. We have Duchess in the lead, a little bit of speed here, but also has the decreased damage for the rest of the team. Goes first with the block and the increased attack. Saris will go and strip and put out the decreased defense. And then Leo goes and puts out the weaken and then goes ahead and single nukes or AoE nukes, but one time. And then usually, so I have Ultimate Death Knight very slow in Stone Skin. So he's pulling any type of damage away from the rest of the team. He's very slow on purpose because I don't want him to go to tick down that Stone Skin. And then that first team is a go second team. We have increased resistance, 100 resistance for everybody, which helps. Blind Seer's also high resistance to begin with. So between the two of them, they keep resistance up. And should I need to die, Seer will pick everyone up. Mithrala has high accuracy, which means high resistance as well. We're looking at like 800-900 resistance on her. She'll open with a cleanse on the rest of the team. And then, of course, Gaius is in there, and he'll put out the bombs and kill people, pretty much. So that is kind of how I have my defense. I do change it up every once in a while when I do recognize that my team, certain teams are losing regularly, like this second team. I may change it up and put some more support in there. Volgoth is a great option, and I did have Volgoth in. And I actually do have Volgoth in on one of my teams here. For offense, I do put Volgoth in there just in case, because my Duchess is not the fastest, and I understand that. But between her decreased damage reduction and Vogoth's, heal when he gets hit, hopefully that keeps the team alive. And then we have Leo, who has the unkillable before he dies. So between the three of them, I tend to stay alive, even if I'm not that fast. But on a team like this, I will typically face a team like that where I know they have no speed lead, they have no real speed people. I would assume that Saris is going to be in Stoneskin, as is UDK. And then hopefully Romantu can pull that and block UDK's passive, at which point I'm able to get through the nukes. We also have to worry about Mithrala, who's going to go ahead and cleanse that block. So this is what I go through when I go ahead and face a team. We have Heffrak here, who, although they are slow, Hegemon's going to go first and really lock us out. We're going to have Nekrit here, who's going to block Heffrak, so it's going to be very difficult for me to get him. I'm going to have to kill Nekrit first. And so because of that, this is going to actually be more challenging of a team than it originally looks like. So that is what I go through. I never auto on 3v3 or tag team. It's always a manual process because AI does some funky stuff. Unless it's like a single team, then maybe I would. But I always look to. So what we might do is we're gonna increase the cooldown on one of the skills. There goes the cleanse. Okay, so now all of a sudden we've just burned Mithrala's cleanse. We have Swift Parry on him. That's okay because between Duchess and Vogoth, they stay alive. And then we're going to go ahead with the strip. The AoE to pull it away from UDK. Now there's not much we can do, but we have no revivers left, no real big damage dealers left. No real worry at this point. I might get petrified. Guess not. This is a win. All right. Next team we got here. Okay, as expected. We don't really have a cleanser on this team. Thankfully, they woke me up. And as expected. So what can we do? Step 2, let's try to clear him. Step 3, let's try to get rid of her. Okay, we missed. We might still squeak out the win because that's how good he is. Without Sifi on the team. Yeah, so almost won. Not quite. That's okay. We'll get the next one. Okay, unfortunate. I got locked out here. Couldn't strip the buffs here. We have Stone Skin on Heffrak. So we'll still try to get the bombs out. There we go. Okay. So a super strong team, pretty much wiped my team in one shot. That's how I go through Tag Team Arena. Now, when you start the week, as soon as Monday hits and Tag Team Arena refreshes, you drop every one of your champions to one single champ. I know people have said, I've tried that. It doesn't work. I know people that have said, but I keep dying and then I'm in the red. Okay. So here's the thing. You have 20 fights. If you time it right on Sunday, you don't pick up the advanced quest that gets you your Tag Team Arena refill. If you pick that up on Monday morning, on Monday, you will have 30 free fights. Okay, you'll get the 10 free ones from the reset day. Then you'll get Monday night's rewards, plus you'll be able to use these rewards. So you'll have 30 fights on the first day. That's crucial to understand. Don't worry about Sunday. Don't worry about burning them all. Just wait. Be patient. And then once you're going to start, you're going to have first thing in the morning, put all your champ defenses to 1. You're going to see a handful of of attack teams that have single champs. Kill those. Get up into the high yellow into the green. Okay, and that number will vary depending on the league and depending on the day and that sort of thing. So once you can get up high, wait. Okay. Wait until people actually attack you with your single champ defense. You'll kind of get down to low yellow. Do a refresh. You'll find more single champ teams. Use more of your coins to get up, or your tokens to get up into the high. And kind of try to stay in this area, in the yellow, but just to that threshold. Not quite. And then at one point, you're going to do a refresh and you're going to have a whack load of people, probably by Monday night into Tuesday, that have single champ defenses. They're all doing the same thing. So you're able to farm. Okay? At that point, you're going to do a refresh. Use all of your tokens now at this time. You're going to be in the high yellows. You're going to have a fresh page, but once you pass that threshold into green, which is the high ranking period, so you can actually rank into the next one, you're going to have easy fights. So therefore, you're going to be taken 15, 1600, that far in, somewhere in this range and have a lot of give. At that point, you're going to put up full defense. Okay? Full defense to make it hard. And your defense here is not the same defense that you would attack with. Okay? Sorry, not the same team that you would attack with. This defense here is really intended to either A, slow them down, be a pain in the butt, and C, make it so that they look at the team and be like, you know what, that just looks too hard. I'm going to skip it. And if you can get that, in the last 24 hours, I've only been targeted twice. 33-point loss and one for like a 10-point gain. Okay? So I've only really lost 20 points in the last 24 hours with this exact team. Why? Because it looks intimidating. This team, can probably win, but we start to see some red stars around. But teams like this, if people fight me, so be it. And that is the challenge. Once you're high, you're not going to get very many fights because, quite frankly, a lot of people hate tag team. So therefore, they don't even bother with it. They'll put their single champ and they'll just farm and not worry about fighting the hard teams. So you're able to easily stay. And this is how I flop between gold 3 and gold 4 every other week. But in level 4, the one thing I've noticed, no one ever really puts out single champ defenses. Gold 3, 2, and 1. Really, it's 2 and 3. And I feel like it's because if I lose and if I mess up one week and I go back to gold 2, I still have the bazaar options. Hopefully that helps. I know it was a lot, but hopefully that helps to understand 3v3. To understand it's not just about throwing 4 champions together. It's about understanding who you're facing, what they're going to possibly do, and how you're going to counter that with your team. Or you better be darn sure you're going to be faster than them. It's going to be hard. But if everybody on this server follows the same process, single target champs for a day, 2 days, maybe even 3 days, do that for a couple of days. Don't ever get so far in the red that you can't get out. Okay? As soon as you put out full champ defenses, you're going to start to see full champ defense pages. And if you're in the red, you ain't going to get out. And you might as well just drop. So never get yourself to any lower than, just into the red. If you're halfway into the red, forget it. Like you're going to have one hell of a time to get out. Never let yourself get there. If you're going to do this model, you need to focus on it. You need to look at it. You need to throw, a coin in here and a coin in there and just refresh 15 minutes, refresh, find if there's an easy fight in there. Do your one easy fight, wait for the next refresh, go from there. Hopefully that helps. It's strategy, it's technique. it's gear, it's everything. It's not just put the best 4 champs in there and hope you win, because their defenses are better than that. Catch you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.